All right, so here is Figma. I wanted to walk through Figma and how I'm using the new design board plugin, which has a few different components. But the first thing you need to do is to figure out is to understand Figma. It's a free account. There's a few things I gotta just run through. Um, there's a tutorial that's helpful, but here's the crash course. It's kind of like Photoshop, it's kind of like Illustrator, it's kind of like online sort of wireframing tools, which is, I think, its roots are in. So you can make shapes, you can draw text, you can change colors. So it's more associated with vector editing. So here I'm making a rectangle. Once you select the object, you can hit Command D, Command David on a Mac, and it'll clone it. Very similar to Command C, but Command D to duplicate is a little bit more powerful, and you'll understand later as you use the tool more. So I'm adding some text. There's like layers and things on the left. There are like objects and layers. Grouped objects are like groups in Photoshop layers. And what you'll need to understand is like when something's grouped together, if you tap on it once, it'll select the whole entire thing. You tap on it again or double click on it again, and then you'll get down a layer. And then if there's another layer underneath there, you double click again. So that's there's a learning curve, and that's much of the frustration I went through transitioning to it. It's all about like, you can't select the thing you want to select because it's like nested, and you have to keep double clicking into stuff to get to the exact layer. So here I am editing some text. This stuff's pretty straightforward. Finding the attributes is on the right rail is something you'll have to get used to. Everything's kind of like tiny. Some of it's tucked away. There's this concept of frames. So I'm drawing a frame right here. You don't have to use them. It's more than just painting a background. It's in the wireframing world, like if you're designing an app, like a mobile app, you'll use a frame as a boundary, a container. For multi-purpose use, a frame is used to define a public, like a shareable slide area. So if I rewind, I made this frame, and then I hit play, the top right corner. And I'm pretending like this is a presentation slide. It's a feature we probably won't use off the bat, but you'll know what it's used for. From the viewer's standpoint, they can just adjust options on viewing if it doesn't fit. But the thing with Figma that I like is you got an unlimited canvas, and you've got the ability to zoom in and pan and all that good stuff. It's easy to duplicate things. I'm selecting the whole entire canvas, renaming it. So say in this example, I want to make 4 slides. I just selected one, and I hit Command D to duplicate 2 more times, and it just like placed it out there. You can also probably do all this through the layers menu if you're here, but this is just how I use it. Selecting colors, pretty straightforward. a lot of designers that are working on apps and things, they'll get pretty elaborate in their setup and defining and importing like the corporate color palettes and things like that. So every time they start a new document, all their colors and their templates and components that they want to reuse are already available. Okay, so let me just scrub through here. So I'm going to walk through how the plugin works. But basically, we're trying to reduce the redundancy in creating this as the end product. It's a presentation slide with either like SketchUp rendering or the composites that you usually work on. So someone has to go in and like write all these product descriptions, add the call out visually, and then on the back end we have to make a separate spreadsheet. So it's like duplicative work. So what I've done is combine the two. It's not perfect, but so here's how it works. Pretend we don't have any of these callouts already. We can add the products in, like right here. Like if you haven't worked on the spreadsheet yet, you can go and grab items from the web and put them in to Figma here. And putting them in through the plugin adds them at the same time to a spreadsheet, to a Google Sheet. So they're linked together. So the sheet's almost acting like the database for the content overlays. Product card. You grab whatever template you want, which you can adjust. You highlight it. And what we're going to do is open plugin. We've connected the spreadsheet, and it's automatically going to query for all products, image description, size, price, and then you just tap on it once and it moves it over to the selected column. And then you hit add items to Figma. The main concern is just get all these items into Figma without retyping everything and the laborious copying and pasting. All right, so you hit add items. They're dropped in here. You hit minimize. Make sure you don't hit the X button, or you have to copy and paste your token in every time. So all these cards just got generated on the left without having to type everything in. It was just grabbed from the spreadsheet. So then you can just move them around and you can adjust them as you need. What do I do here? So here I changed the card style, so they're missing that stroke. So what I can do is I can just like re-import them all in a few seconds after I adjust the card, the look and feel of the card. So I finished up. So now I have this card that has a stroke on it. I'm just going to erase those and put this back in. All right, scrubbing through this. The layout's never going to be perfect on every single card. So like here, I'm selecting the item. You can stretch it. It's all like connected. So if you need to like move stuff around, you can. And then let's see. In the other scenario, you're adding products for the first time. Like you don't have it in a spreadsheet, so you might want to grab something off the web and then stick it into your Figma drawing and then have it added to the spreadsheet automatically. So here I'm going to Wayfair, grabbing some rug. You go to Manage Items in the Figma plugin. I copy and paste all this stuff in here, image URL, etc. And then you submit it. And then, oh, you have to get out of manage item mode. So you have to hit this, which I keep forgetting to do. And this is more like insertion mode. So it's syncing up with the spreadsheet when you go back. So then the new item I added is there. I forgot to select a card template to use, so now it's selected. Now I can run plugin. I already got this new rug product selected. And then it got inserted there. So then you can use that. So you can go through and add all your callouts with the image. It's just a different use case. I'm not sure which one's going to be faster. It'll probably be faster to just put stuff into the spreadsheet first. But if you're just like, if you have a room concept and you're toying with ideas and you need to see it laid out first before you can make up your mind, this might be a good option too. I'm switching to the spreadsheet, the Google sheet, and you can see when I get to the bottom that it got added in. So that's the quick rundown. Got to fine tune the demo and tutorial material, but this is the quick run through. The first thing is to just get up to speed on Figma, or none of this other stuff will make sense. All right, thanks.